Hey everybody, this is NQ Productions here, and welcome to a brand new video. Now, today's video is quite special, since it's the very first episode of a new series. Welcome to the first episode of...
Do you remember?
In this series, we take a look at a topic, whether that be a video game, a movie, a TV show, anything, and just discuss the history of the topic as well as my thoughts on it. We're gonna be taking a look at things that'll make you say, oh yeah, I remember that. And for episode 1 of Do You Remember, we're taking a peek at Happy Tree Friends. For those of you that don't know, Happy Tree Friends is an animated web series that was created by Mondo Media, the same people responsible for other web shows like Deep Space 69 and Dick Figures. It was a series that pushed the envelope because of its large amount of violence despite its kid-friendly appearance. I first saw Happy Tree Friends back in the early 2010s, and I haven't forgotten about it ever since. But some other people have completely abandoned it. Maybe with today's video, we can find a way to bring back some old and bloody memories. So without further ado, let's take a look back at Happy Tree Friends. The origins of the series date back all the way to 1999. 1999? Jeez, I did not realize this show was that old. Anyways, the series was created by 3 Mondo Media employees, Ken Navarro, Rode Matijo, and Arbery Ankrum. I hope I said those right. Now, one day in the mid-1990s, Rode Matijo used scrap paper to create a drawing of an animated animal character that would later become Shifty, one of the 2 raccoon brothers known for their crimes and bank robbing. Later that same day, Rode would draw a yellow bunny, which became Cuddles, and added some text to the drawing saying, "Resistance is futile." Rode then showed the drawing to other Mondo Media employees, and they thought the drawing was hilarious. Mondo Media allowed Rode, Ken, and Arbery to create a short based on those drawings. The short was called Banjo Frenzy, and as you can see, the show changed quite a bit from its first short to the final product. What's interesting about this short is seeing early versions of the characters, like Lumpy originally being a green dinosaur and Giggles being blue instead of pink. After Banjo Frenzy was made, Mondo Media gave Ken and the others a chance to make their own series, which became the show we all know and love, Happy Tree Friends, premiering on the web on December 24th, 1999. Happy Tree Friends became an immediate success. It gained 15 million monthly views when it first dropped, and for a web cartoon in the early 2000s, that was huge. When the series hit YouTube, the views were also very high, with each upload having millions of views. One episode of Happy Tree Friends even reached 100 million views. Speaking of episodes, Happy Tree Friends got so popular that in 2006, Mondo Media managed to get the series onto TV, which then led to a huge amount of merchandising, fan videos, film festivals that the series was a part of, and at one point in the show's history, there was a Happy Tree Friends movie in development. But that didn't end up happening. Regardless, as you can see, Happy Tree Friends was a huge hit, and that's mainly because of the time period the series premiered in. Back in the early 2000s, a lot of people on the internet were into these edgy, violent, and funny cartoons. More specifically, Flash cartoons, since pretty much every web cartoon in the early 2000s was done in Adobe Flash. They were hosted on websites like Newgrounds, YouTube, and many others, where people could upload whatever they wanted. There wasn't a random company preventing users from doing certain types of content. You could do anything. Blood and gore, edgy and mature humor, swearing, you name it. And Happy Tree Friends was one of the first examples of a web series that showed people that you could do anything on the internet by having the main characters of the show die in their gruesome ways. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Regardless, Happy Tree Friends had a huge impact on internet culture when it was hot, and it continued to stay relevant for nearly 20 years. But after the end of 2016, the series just kinda stopped. No more episodes and shorts were being made, and no one was talking about the series anymore. So, what caused the series' fall from grace? What made the show so big in its early days? And what's the show about in the first place? Well, you're about to find out. Let's start off with the premise of Happy Tree Friends. Happy Tree Friends revolves around a group of anthropomorphic mammals. They're portrayed as cute and friendly, and each character has a unique personality, but we'll get to that later. Now, every episode starts off with the same setup. The characters are typically found in everyday situations, and towards the end of the episode, there's a moral/lesson to learn. When you hear this premise out loud, it sounds like something you would see in a kids show. But there's one important thing about Happy Tree Friends that I left out. Whenever the characters get involved in those everyday situations, something goes horribly wrong, and it results in, well, this. Yeah, this show is not for kids. Instead, it's a parody show where the characters have the appearance of something you would see in a preschool show, but they end up dying in brutal and extremely violent ways. The best way to describe Happy Tree Friends is a kid's show gone wrong. The violence and gore in each episode in short is the main selling point of Happy Tree Friends. It's the thing that gets people to come back for more, and that formula has worked out really well for Mondo Media considering how popular the show has become. Now, you may have noticed up to this point I've said that other people like the show, but what about me? Well, it's time to get to the part of the video where I share my thoughts on Happy Tree Friends. It's okay. I don't love the series, but I don't hate it as much as other people do online. I'll start by talking about the best part of the series, the animation. For a web series done in Adobe Flash, it looks very well done. The backgrounds are nothing spectacular, but I like how the colors have more than just the standard green grass and blue sky that we see all the time. You've got vibrant blues, pinks, reds, purples. It's nice to look at. The character designs of Happy Tree Friends remind me of Care Bears. Never thought I'd bring up that franchise in a video. Each character has some sort of template they go off of. Large round head, tiny arms and legs, a basic color for the fur, and lastly, a heart-shaped nose. With the exception of Lumpy and Sniffles, every Happy Tree Friends character has all of these features, and I like these designs. They're cute. And I feel like it was done on purpose in order to get more people to watch the show. And even if you're grossed out by the gore, you can't deny that the detail is there with the violence. This is easily where all of the animation effort went to. Not saying that everything else is bad, because it isn't, it's just not as detailed as the gore. Overall, the animation quality is solid. Now, let's talk about the characters. The characters may have basic personalities, but at least they have a personality, and they aren't just walking sticks with nothing lasting to say. And you can tell the difference between every character. You've got Flippy, who's a former military soldier and suffers from PTSD whenever he's reminded of war. Handy is always involved with construction, Disco Bear is an egotistical dancer, Petunia is a germaphobe, etc. It's a decent cast of characters. I also like how every episode ends with a moral, like don't forget to brush your teeth, make sure to do your job correctly. I appreciate it, and it goes along well with the kids show parody approach the series has, as I said earlier in the video. I also like the humor for the most part. It's not perfect, but whenever Happy Tree Friends delivers a joke, I laugh most of the time. And then there's the violence. Now, here's an interesting fact about me. Throughout my entire life, I have never been grossed out by gore. Not even once. So whenever I see it in Happy Tree Friends, I don't look away from the screen. I watch the bloodshed, and some of the deaths that happen in the show are quite shocking. Sometimes I go, whoa, whenever I see a certain death, and that's the reaction the show creators want to have from you. The main source of comedy in Happy Tree Friends is the shock humor, and does it work? Well, yes and no. It does work the first time, but then after a while, you start to not have the same reaction anymore, which leads me into the big issue of Happy Tree Friends and why it ended up losing popularity over time. This series is extremely formulaic. Earlier when I was talking about the premise of Happy Tree Friends, I said that each episode has the same setup. Everything starts off normally, then something goes wrong, and everyone dies. Now that setup isn't bad, but the problem is that every episode has the same setup. Therefore, it's easy to figure out what will happen in each episode, thus making the series boring and unengaging. The only thing each episode does differently is the way the characters die. including one episode where Sniffles gets tortured by ants. Fun fact, this episode of Happy Tree Friends was the only one where the creators thought they went too far with a death. Anyways, back to talking about formulas. The formulaic premise of the series ended up being responsible for the series losing its popularity over time, and by 2016, the show wasn't that big of a hit anymore. It was still big, but nowhere near as big as it was before. And so Happy Tree Friends just kinda disappeared on December 22nd, 2016. Now, even though there hasn't been a new episode in over 5 years, the show technically isn't over, as Ken Navarro said that the series is currently on limbo. Even if no more official episodes are being made, the series is still around on the internet due to the videos, artwork, and fan fictions created by fans that have been made over the years. It's really interesting to see what people do. Some people bring Happy Tree Friends into Friday Night Funkin', some people bring Happy Tree Friends into the third dimension. It's all there and it's really impressive. Some of these fan videos have the same quality as the official episodes. And the best part, these videos are all free to watch right here on YouTube. It's nice to see that loads of fan videos are still being made to this day in order to keep this series alive. These fan videos show that even after the official episodes stopped coming out, the Happy Tree Friends fans are around to keep the series still alive. Ha! Get it? Because Happy Tree Friends had a mini-series called Still Alive? Okay, I'm sorry, I couldn't resist, alright? So, there you have it, Happy Tree Friends, a series that showed people that you can do anything on the internet with Flash animation. What started off as a silly bunny drawing became one of the biggest web cartoons of all time. Even if the show itself isn't the best, you can't deny that with its premise of killing cute characters, it pushed the envelope for adult cartoons by using its formula to perfection. It led to the creation of other popular Flash cartoons, became a huge hit, launched a huge amount of merchandise, and has a large and passionate fan base. And if fan videos are still being made to this day, well, that's proof that this series isn't going anywhere anytime soon, even after the series premiered nearly 20 years ago. It's nice to come back to Happy Tree Friends and still enjoy the series after all these years. Even though I was born in 2003 and I didn't watch the series in its glory days, I still remember the show fondly, okay? Oh, and I should probably give Happy Tree Friends a rating after everything I've said in this video. Let's see, 6 out of 10. It's fine. Could be better, could be a whole lot worse. Alright guys, that was episode 1 of Do You Remember? Do you still like Happy Tree Friends after all these years? Did you watch it in its heyday? Let me know in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching the video, like and subscribe for more, and I will see you all in the next video. See you later!